Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, May 11th, at 3:26 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 721 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Tennessee soldiers ran illegal gun pipeline tied to Chicago mass shooting, feds say. Sketch released of man who attacked Kendall woman, he's been on the loose for a week. House call, this is the comfort you need. Judge angrily questions defense as civil trial starts for brother seeking justice. Canada's largest province halts AstraZeneca first doses. Trump official says in prepared remarks he feared sending troops January 6 would look like coup attempt. Missing 71-year-old hiker's text to wife sparked rescue in Oregon wilderness, cops say. Conservative Texan Chip Roy slams Elise Stefanik in scathing memo ahead of leadership vote. Louisiana Democrats sworn into Congress, replacing Biden aide. Egypt plans Suez Canal expansion after vessel was grounded. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Dow Jones futures fall after market rally whipsaws on inflation fears, Tesla, Apple lead 8 stocks at key levels, Investors Business Daily. Putin orders new gun laws after school shooting kills 9. The Daily Beast 47 minutes ago, The Daily Beast. Senator Ted Cruz says that Democratic voting proposals will constitute Jim Crow 2.0, Business Insider. Rare, flesh-eating black fungus rides COVID's coattails in India, Ars Technica. Spa shooting suspect indicted in 2 counties, Fulton to pursue hate crime charges, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Colonial Pipeline ransomware hack and gas shortage fears, what you need to know, CNET. Arizona Governor Ducey signs new law that will purge infrequent mail voters from state's ballot list, NBC News. Amid India's COVID-19 surge, dozens of dead bodies found floating in Ganges River, CBS News. Preakness Stakes allows Medina Spirit entry under rigorous conditions after Kentucky Derby drama, Fox News. In rebuke to NRA, federal judge dismisses bankruptcy case, The New York Times. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Joshua Bassett opens up about his sexuality after coming out. Video goes viral. Colorado Springs shooter killed 6, self after not getting party invitation. Energy Secretary, Colonial Pipeline to be restored by end of week. Judge rejects NRA's bid to move to Texas as New York AG closes in. Former Massachusetts police officer sentenced for child sexual assault. Colin Kaepernick's publishing company announces release date for its first book. Pentagon chief during January 6 riot defends military response. Missouri becomes latest GOP-run state to cut federal unemployment benefits. 2 NYC mayoral candidates stumble during quiz about housing prices in the city. White House partners with Uber, Lyft for free rides to vaccine sites. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. 10-year-old's W. Tourette's syndrome shares message. 14-year-olds accused in 13-year-old's murder faces judge. Students shoot for win with latest robot design. 20-year-old shocks doctors with recovery after B. Murder suspect seen with tiger arrested. Grandma killed in hit and run leaving church. 3-year-old boy dies, accidentally shot himself. Leaders to convince young adults to get vaccinated. Army engineer surprises daughters at school. Community rallying to help family of teens in intensive care unit. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. CDC head defends agency against GOP attacks on pandemic guidance. Bill McCreary dies at 87, blazed trail for black journalists on TV. Israel-Gaza, spa shootings, obesity drugs, your Tuesday evening briefing. A black colonel takes command of a key Marine Corps brigade. Business updates, stocks tumble as inflation concerns resurface. For clean energy, buy American or buy it quick and cheap. As Israelis and Palestinians battle, rockets and airstrikes intensify. Baffert says dermatitis drug caused positive betamethasone test. 3 NYPD officers charged in bribe scheme. The latest news on the Colonial Pipeline shutdown. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Tatis goes on injured list due to health, safety protocols. Euphoria star Sydney Sweeney tearfully responds to critics of her looks, words actually affect people. Thanks to COVID, Spieth gets a longer break than he wanted. Michigan student government urges boycott of Israel amid clash with Hamas. Hamas testing Biden because they don't believe he'll back Israel, Nikki Haley. Tom Brady opens up about retirement, life after football, I'm a little fearful of it ending. Ruthless podcast mocks Brian Stelter for boasting CNN's 300-plus mentions of Liz Cheney, admits media's game. Missouri bar responds to outrage after bartender crumples up military ID, calls it fake. Austin's homeless camping ban is back in effect. Colorado police ID 6 victims from birthday party shooting, say suspect upset he wasn't invited. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, May 11th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Like mother, like daughter, Katie Austin joins forces with mom, DVD fitness queen Denise Austin. Stimulus check update, is a fourth relief payment coming? Watch, Cast of Siesta Key preview season 4 on MTV. This is not just any usual recovery, economist explains rash of price hikes, product shortages. Baseball report, Jacob deGrom injury probably not serious. Molly Bernard on Paramount Plus' Younger, I auditioned for a 6-line guest star and it became a 7-year family. AAU player Hansel Emmanuel is taking his game to new heights despite missing arm. Marcel Spears and Sean McKinney say working with Cedric the Entertainer is insane, surreal. Rapping senior citizen dancers beat back Asian hate in San Francisco Chinatown. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Brit Awards 2021, Dua Lipa calls for key workers' pay increase as Little Mix win Best British Group. Henry Deeds asks could there have been a more poignant symbol of the Queen's recent loss? Director of Oxford's Crisis Research Institute Mark Almond assesses the unrest in Israel. 4 victims of gay conversion therapy bravely tell of their experiences. Jeff Bezos wooed Lauren Sanchez by taking her to an Amazon tech conference. Children eat most sugar at home as steady fine cereals and ready meals are fueling obesity crisis. The Brit Awards 2021, Dua Lipa, Maple and Maya Jama arrive on the red carpet. Coronavirus UK, Sage advisors downgrade warnings on third wave COVID death toll. Boris Johnson faces backlash after failing to honor his pledge to fix Britain's social care system. Premier League will agree 3-year extension to current domestic TV deal worth $4.5 billion. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. The U.S. calls for calm between Israelis and Palestinians, but it's part of the problem. Suspected militants kill 4 people in Indonesian village. Pakistani PM, no talks until India restores Kashmir autonomy. South Africa's president suspends party secretary general. School shooting in Russia kills 9 people, suspect arrested. COVID-19 live updates. WHO scientist describes Indian numbers as very worrying, with fatalities undercounted. Japan, US, France hold first joint drills on Japanese land. The UK is set to pursue a ban on conversion therapy. Here's where other countries stand on the issue. At least 9 dead in rare Russian school shooting. After Jerusalem erupts, deadly strikes and clashes spread across Israel and the Palestinian territories. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors. The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Biden tells U.S. governors we got more to do to encourage vaccination. Live. How much? Mayoral hopefuls red-faced after guessing New York housing costs. Women dominate 2021 Brit Awards as Dua Lipa tops winners. Coronavirus live news. Belgium to ease most restrictions in June. Americans offered free taxis to vaccination centers. Democrats propose quick reaction force in $2.1 billion capital security bill. 31 people dead as Netanyahu vows to intensify Gaza attacks. 10 people shot dead in Ballymurphy were innocent. Inquest finds. MLB orders A's to look at relocation from Oakland as stadium search continues. Man accused of killing 8 people in Atlanta spa shootings indicted on murder charges. Greece offers €300,000 reward for killers who strangled British born student in front of baby. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. 5 young migrant children found abandoned at US Mexico border. Famed Hawaii quarterback Colt Brennan dead at age 37. Arizona Governor Doug Ducey signs law to purge voters from permanent early voting list. 3 men accused in Ahmaud Arbery killing plead not guilty to hate crime charges. At least 9 dead in school shooting in Russia. Prosecutor seeks hate crime charges, death penalty in spa shootings. Texas officials back pardoning Floyd for 2004 drug arrest. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. NRA bankruptcy, U.S. judge dismisses case. Rockets target Tel Aviv after Gaza tower destroyed. Israel-Gaza violence, Gaza tower block collapses in Israeli airstrike. Retta Mays, U.S. care worker given life for murdering patients. Brazil Amazon, illegal miners fire on indigenous group. Russia school shooting, children and teacher killed in Kazan. Russia to tighten gun rules after school shooting. India COVID, dozens more bodies wash up on Ganges riverbank. Israel-Palestinians, old grievances fuel new fighting. Russia school shooting, children escape from windows. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Suspects in Atlanta area spa killings indicted on murder, domestic terror charges, could face hate crimes. Most unvaccinated adults don't want the shot. Biden touts free Uber Lyft rides. Bodies buried in India's Ganges River. Live COVID-19 updates. Ex-UAW leader gets nearly 2 years for corruption. 3 Georgia men who shot Ahmaud Arbery plead not guilty to hate crime charges. GOP senators hit Biden on infrastructure, taxes. California governor proposes new funding for homeless. 3 Fort Campbell soldiers charged after guns in pipeline traced to Chicago mass shooting. NASA prepares for James Webb Telescope's launch. U.S. agents probe sect for alleged forced labor. AP top stories May 11th p. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Hundreds in Orange County protest COVID vaccine passports, you're not going to brand us. 2 California police officers fatally shot in less than 24 hours, third wounded. DACA recipients launch legal battle to clear hurdles from the ultimate prize, citizenship. Orange County could leap into yellow tier, with widest reopenings, as soon as next week. There's growing confidence that the worst of COVID-19 is behind California. When can 12 to 15-year-olds start getting COVID-19 vaccines? What we know. On the heels of one rare gray wolf's epic journey into California, another arrives. Opposition to Newsom recall grows as Caitlyn Jenner, GOP generate little support, poll finds. How many high school students will come back in the fall? Dismal return rate raises alarms. Estranged wife of Il Evo tenor sues him, alleging sexual and physical abuse. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, May 11th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Synagogues, stores, dozens of cars on fire in Lod, Israel amid intense rioting. Israeli energy pipeline hit as Iron Dome fails to intercept missile. Ben Gurion airport shut down, 50-year-old woman dead and many injured in Hamas rocket barge to the Tel Aviv area. Netanyahu, Israel increasing might and frequency of Gaza strikes. U.S. officials believe Russia may be behind the suspected directed energy attacks that are getting government employees sick around the world, report says. U.S. halts statement by UN Security Council on an escalation in Israel-Palestinian tensions. The draft statement would call on Israel to cease settlement activities, demolitions and evictions including in East Jerusalem. Hundreds of South Africans rallied on Tuesday against Israeli attacks on Palestinians after at least 28 people were killed following clashes over the Flashpoint Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. U.S. Coast Guard ship fired around 30 warning shots at Iranian fast boats in latest tense encounter. French court rejects claim for Agent Orange damage in Vietnam War. 10 civilians shot by British Army in 1971 found innocent of any wrongdoing. Vatican warns U.S. bishops about denying communion to supporters of abortion rights. Indian government says 5G doesn't cause COVID-19, also points out India has no 5G networks. UK to ban LGBT conversion therapy and provide more support. 1 dead, 3 severely injured, as largest ever Hamas fire hits Ashdod, Ashkelon. The next headlines are from Forbes. BTS member RM has now charted 10 hits on his own on the World Songs chart. As UNITA determined the Dishi's atrocities as genocide, will the UN Security Council act? 8 easy gin cocktails for summer. Vegas thinks Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers will be playing somewhere else in 2021. Toronto Raptors eliminated in a lost NBA season. No Cheney replacement, Stefanik's right-wing critics propose leaving post vacant, delaying vote. Tennessee, the latest state dropping $300 a week federal unemployment benefits. Even Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas wowed by Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie Irving's basketball wizardry. Prosecutor seeking death penalty for alleged Atlanta spa shooter. Indian state will offer ivermectin to entire adult population, even as WHO warns against its use as COVID-19 treatment. The next headlines are from Nature.com. From spoons to semiconductors, we are what we make. Value of Mexican Nature Reserve is more than monetary. Stop the emerging AI Cold War. Stop using master-slave terminology in biology. Afghanistan, vaccinate drug users against COVID-19. Mice with severe COVID symptoms could speed vaccine effort. How to blow the whistle on an academic bully. Coronavirus variants are spreading in India, what scientists know so far. COVID-19, build on Belgium's psychosocial findings. Publisher correction, whole genome doubling confers unique genetic vulnerabilities on tumor cells. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,704,462,823 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Norman Lloyd, Dr. Osklander from St. Elsewhere, dies at 106. How Heather Christian's animal wisdom transformed from a theater tour to a boundary-blurring movie. Olivia Rodrigo lends Brit awards her first live TV performance of Driver's License. Parasite producer Neon will boycott Golden Globes until HFPA reforms reflect they are living in the 21st century. Amazon Studios to host virtual conference on AAPI representation in media. Days of Our Lives renewed for seasons 57 and 58 at NBC. Russell Wilson, Sierra Inc. first look film and TV deal with Amazon. AMC orders sci-fi thriller series Moonhaven from Lodge 49 Feet showrunner Peter Ocko. Scarlett Johansson to receive Generation Award, the 2021 MTV Movie and TV Awards exclusive. Aubrey Plaza, Danny DeVito to star in animated horror sitcom Little Demon from FXX. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Meet America's newest chess master, 10-year-old Taniralua Adumi. What the school attack means for Afghanistan's future. Judge dismisses NRA bankruptcy case, heightening risk for dissolution of group. Martina Spirit allowed to run in the Preakness amid controversy over failed drug test. The stakes could not be higher, Senate panel debates voting overhaul. This government has failed us, anger rises in India over PM Modi's COVID response. Biden administration approves first major offshore wind energy project. Woman who murdered 7 veterans in VA hospital gets multiple life sentences. Prosecutor to seek hate crime charges, death penalty for spa shooting suspect. Hamas rockets hit Tel Aviv as Israeli airstrikes on Gaza continue. The following headlines are from The Week. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez had harsh words for Andrew Yang after his Israel-Palestine comments. World's most vaccinated nation sees COVID-19 resurgence, raising questions over Chinese vaccine. The Daily Gossip, Ben Affleck sent some loving emails, Demi Lovato is going to prove aliens are real, and more. Biden's next step as example-in-chief is ditching his mask. Prosecutor will reportedly seek death penalty for Atlanta spa shooting suspect. Combo tests could detect both COVID-19 and influenza when flu re-emerges. TikTok might help you find your next job. Biden announces Uber, Lyft will soon offer all Americans free rides to COVID-19 vaccination sites. The Washington Post's latest hire highlights historic number of women running major newsrooms. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Armed with lessons from a Dallas serial killer, families push for reforms in Texas law. Follow the money. Siguiendo la ruta del dinero. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Starlink and OneWeb have their first avoidance maneuver with each other's constellations. How can white dwarfs produce such powerful magnetic fields? Ingenuity makes a one-way trip for the first time, flying to a new landing site. NASA is getting serious about a radio telescope on the moon. Both Uranus and Neptune have really bizarre magnetic fields. Young stars can evaporate nearby disks before they can form planets. A new method simulates the universe 1,000 times faster. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, May 11th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. The Brood X cicadas are emerging now. Astronomers photograph giant exoplanet in unusual large orbit. Meet Corvus the Crow. The fiery fate of China's Long March 5B rocket. Warp drives, physicists give chances of faster-than-light space travel a boost. Swimming up sky and up river. Find the keystone in Hercules. The next news is from Politico. Who is winning the NYC mayoral money race? Central Europe's deadly pandemic blunders. Iran nuclear talks progress slowly as timeline dwindles. Prosecutor plans to seek death penalty in spa shootings. DHS stands up domestic terror intelligence team. Stefanik faces first public house conservative foe in her push to replace Cheney. Former Trump officials will defend January 6 actions at congressional hearing. States won't get Johnson & Johnson vaccines next week. Inside the quest to reach the unvaccinated. Rare Schumer, McConnell showdown previews floor fight on Dems election bill. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. CBA's quarterly profits doubled to $2.4 billion. Fishing friends move in the spotlight of Perth's Crown probe as cracks in logic surface. Liz Cheney leadership vote turns spotlight on post-Trump Republican divisions. Australia News Live updates. Nation reacts to federal budget as Victoria, NSW rush to keep COVID outbreaks contained. WA Health denies whistleblower hotel quarantine guards claims as Premier defends not perfect system. ASX set for more losses on back of global market sell-off. Stop feeling guilty about working out at lunch, it's saving you time. We've broken the cycle, life-changing program needs funds to survive. With the US election over, Fox News is pitching its softer side. Dozens dead as Israel, Hamas escalate aerial bombardments. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Federal regulators see fighting monopoly power as critical consumer protection tool. MLB tells Oakland Athletics to explore relocation over ballpark concerns. eBay to allow NFT sales on its platform. Earnings results, grocery outlet stock sinks after sales miss. Newswatch, Dogecoin copycats are driving up Ethereum fees and vexing parts of the crypto community. The Wall Street Journal, mortgage lender better to go public through SPAC. Market snapshot, Dow ends more than 470 points lower, while Nasdaq nearly erases 2% fall as tech shares bounce. Earnings results, electronic arts stock slips following earnings. The Fed Bullard joins chorus on central bank saying it is not time to talk taper. AstraZeneca CEO Pascal Soriot narrowly wins vote on pay raise. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Ford patents tech to annoy drivers with in-car advertisements, futurism. Alvotech heats up patent dispute conflict by suing AbbVie over Humira biosimilar, AJMC.com managed markets network. Patents granted to Eitendorf for inventions, Free Press Journal. BioRadco ownership defense fails at the CAFC, JD Supra. Rotation imaging LED display system available on the Ocean Tomo Didask TM, Market, IT News Online. 11 million patents, milestones in the history of invention, IPWatchdog.com. How to conduct sequence-based patent searches in biotechnology domain, Lixology. Apple 152 patents today covering a pair Project Titan inventions and a major one for HomeKit, patently Apple. CO2 technology competes with one of the top 3 inventions, news pet trolling. Business gives big budget spend thumbs up, Ballarat Courier. The next headlines are from Quartz. Changing genes. America just entered a new era for renewable energy. Merriam-Webster has a succinct new definition of an NFT. Vaccines for kids, office banter, fugitive leopards. China is trying to put the brakes on Tesla's biggest rival. Is the entry-level job going extinct? It's time India stopped using plasma therapy for COVID-19. Africa's first crypto art collections have investors and creators feeling optimistic. India's crumbling healthcare is pushing many to seek doctors and medicines online. Why India is facing a severe shortage of nurses to fight the COVID-19 crisis. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Tech Dirt Podcast Episode 282, The Facebook Oversight Board's Trump Decision. Texas Attorney General unblocks Twitter users who sued him, still blocking others. Australian Crime Commission, only criminals use encrypted communications. Daily Deal, pay what you want the 2021 Learn to Code JavaScript bundle. Disgraced Yale law professor now defending anti-vaxxers in court with his nonsense Section 230 ideas. Despite empty FCC promises, broadband prices jumped 19% during Trump era. Nike, USPS reach a licensing deal for USPS-inspired sneakers. The stunning inability of Canada's Heritage Minister to answer questions about his internet regulation bill. Twitch takes steps to make it even easier to issue DMCA strikes against streamers. Baltimore prosecutor asks FCC to go after local news broadcasters she doesn't like. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Manchester United. Kent Bazemore. FC Barcelona. Army of the Dead. Courtney Stodden. The Green Knight. Tiger in Houston. Colt Brennan. Emily Blunt. Jennifer Garner. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Civil War, Israeli mayor laments Kristallnacht as Netanyahu sends troops to Lod, gripped by rioting and clashes. Turkey and Saudi Arabia agree to keep mending relations during Turkish FM's first visit to kingdom since Khashoggi's murder. Texas judge tosses NRA bankruptcy case, opening gun rights group up to major New York lawsuit. Babbitt hackers dox Washington, D.C. police officers in effort to extort ransom for stolen data. Watch, huge blaze at Israeli oil pipeline reportedly hit by rocket strike from Gaza. Pays his ring girls more than his fighters, YouTube bad boy Jake Paul escalates pay feud with UFC boss Dana White. Enough is enough, Mo Salah pleads for violence and killing of innocent people to stop as Israeli-Palestinian clashes continue. Bowing to the inevitable, Man City crowned Premier League champions for third time in 4 seasons as rivals UTD lose to Leicester. Asians attacked in 2 separate incidents on San Francisco buses on same day, week after Asian women stabbed at bus stop. Slovakia suspends use of AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine for first doses after blood clot-linked death of recipient. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Hedge funds descend on Puerto Rico as Biden tax threat looms. Marked to Marxist, waiting Chinese stocks. Asia, LATAM companies are embracing Bitcoin, Ether to maintain the purchasing power of their assets. Arizona governor signs law designating gun stores as essential firms. I hope we all survive it, Dave Chappelle warns about cancel culture. NIT calls out CDC over disingenuous COVID guidance. Dissenters, unite. WTI dips after big surprise build in gasoline inventory. The worker shortage in New Jersey is getting ridiculous. Big tech bloodbath continues after biggest sell program in history. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Indian workers who built U.S. Hindu temple file suit alleging abuse. U.S. mask manufacturers ask Biden administration for help. Cathie Wood's misery mounts as ARKK ETF's assets drop below $20 billion. Brazil halts AstraZeneca shots for pregnant women after death. U.S. judge hands NRA defeat, dismisses bankruptcy claim. Enough, Mo Salah tells world leaders to end Palestine violence. Prosecutor to seek hate crime charges in Atlanta spa shootings. Andrew Yang nails Brooklyn house price query in NYC mayoral race. A third Palestinian uprising? Manchester City crowned Premier League champions. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Biden State Department, hard not to feel suffering of Palestinians in Hamas rocket barrage. Joe Biden releases more than 8.3K remain in Mexico migrants into U.S. Idaho governor signs bill barring enforcement of Biden's executive gun control. Dr. Fauci insists no U.S. taxpayer funds went to bat coronavirus research in Wuhan. Donald Trump, Palestinian rocket attacks on Israel provoked by Joe Biden's weakness. Arkansas Governor Hutchinson, Liz Cheney shouldn't be removed, Trump is dividing GOP. Bill Cassidy, Americans lost patience with CDC coronavirus guidelines. Exclusive, Border Patrol migrant got away count hits 200K. Texas House approves bill banning plant-based foods from using meat on labels. Ted Cruz, the Democrats' partisan election bill would strike down the widely supported voter ID provisions. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Pulling vodka from the air, this award-winning carbon-negative spirit comes from captured CO2. Newly discovered species of saber-toothed cat was so big it hunted rhinos in America. Folks in New Jersey are caring for more than 800 baby turtles rescued from storm drains. Study arts and science together like Da Vinci did, and you'll get best outcome, researchers say. Rome Colosseum visitors to finally get gladiators' view with high-tech amphitheater floor. From miniature sushi to tiny cakes, mom makes exquisite dollhouse food, look. Homeless Nigerian boy becomes chess champion of the United States at 10 years old. A monarch visitation after girl's death has dad now sending milkweed seeds to all who want to help butterflies. SolarEdge California hits 95% renewable energy on a recent day across 80% of the state. Uganda joins African nations using drones to deliver life-saving medical supplies to more than 22 million people. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, May 11th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Man eats raw chicken in post-workout meal, says vegetables make you weak. Bees in the Netherlands trained to detect COVID-19 infections. Huntington Beach Mayor Pro Tem Tito Ortiz files for unemployment while still getting paid by city. Talk of Kurdish weddings code for terror plots, Turkish prosecutors say. Owners of Milwaukee bakery print burglary suspects picture on sugar cookies. Goats return to Reagan Library to eat and create a firebreak. Chinese billionaire loses $2.5 billion wealth after sharing 1,100-year-old poem. A Milwaukee suburb is full of ultra-rare fossils. Fresh pizza vending machine prompts curiosity and horror in Rome. Houston suspect arrested as pet tiger remains on the loose. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. How to understand speaker measurements and why they matter. IBM Think 2021 kicks off with AI innovations and some interesting quantum news. A closer look at how Buenos Aires plans to cut emissions in half by 2030. Facebook banned from processing WhatsApp user data in Germany. Slytherin announces a plethora of new war games at home of Wargamers 2021. England will launch its digital vaccine passport next week. This smart Wi-Fi router can deliver top speeds to up to 35 devices in your home for $99. Utrecht will host world's first vehicle-to-grid charging, it just needs the cars. Sennheiser sold its consumer audio business and I hate it. Here's what Freakonomics gets wrong about advertising. The following headlines are from Science Daily. New material to treat wounds can protect against resistant bacteria. A comprehensive map of the SARS-CoV-2 genome. Hidden within African diamonds, a billion-plus years of deep Earth history. Researchers develop magnetic thin film for spin thermoelectric energy conversion. Sex cells in parasites are doing their own thing. The Aqueduct of Constantinople, managing the longest water channel of the ancient world. Low-temperature physics gives insight into turbulence. Invasive species alters marine community, interferes in post-disaster recovery. Controlling cholesterol in microglia alleviates chronic pain, opioid-free. Volcanoes on Mars could be active, raising possibility Mars was recently habitable. The next headlines are from Information Week. How to optimize legacy systems for forward-looking change. The 6 dimensions of a winning resilience strategy. What will be the next new normal in cloud software security? The cloud comes of age amid unprecedented change. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, May 11th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA's OSIRIS-REx spacecraft heads for Earth with asteroid sample. NASA announces new associate administrator. Your chick retires as NASA associate administrator. NASA, Axiom agree to first private astronaut mission on space station. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah's Greek festival is back on after 2020 event was cancelled. Before home finale versus Blazers, the Utah Jazz give a glass-half-full account of Monday night's loss. High school lacrosse players accused of using racist slurs to opponents after recent game. Gordon Monson, are you a cheater? Is cheating worth it? Will it ever end? Bagley cartoon, wrong recall. Many Utahns will use ranked choice voting this year. See if your city is among them. Watch, Utah is past the vaccine ecstatic phase, Governor Cox tells Biden, and here's what it's trying now. Attorney General's office to release findings into police response to Cottonwood Heights protest. Is Biden responsible for the crisis at the southern border? Utah governor signs on 2-letter blaming him entirely. Rebecca Cisneros, finding our place in Utah's public schools, charter and district. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Voice actor reportedly responsible for Amazon Alexa revealed. Chinese TV maker Skyworth under fire for excessive data collection that users call spying. East Coast facing gas shortage due to ransomware attack. Google plans to double AI ethics research staff. Tech giants join call for funding chip production. Intel unveils full Tiger Lake H processor lineup for higher performance laptops. FCC approves $7 billion broadband connectivity fund. Apple gave Zoom access to special API to use iPad camera during split view multitasking. Facebook order to stop collecting German WhatsApp data. China records slowest population growth in decades. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Pipe bombs found in vehicle in Jefferson County. Granite City man charged with murder outside Sauget gas station. Ameristar St. Charles hosting food, beverage career fair today. Missouri goes 3 straight days reporting fewer than 300 new cases. Missouri cancels $300 federal COVID unemployment benefit, cites labor shortage. 10 million COVID-19 vaccines administered in state of Illinois. Dog happy to leave dilapidated home with stray rescue of St. Louis. Renovated St. Charles County Park to get splash area, bike playground. No new leads in search for Illinois boy a decade after disappearing. Missouri Attorney General files lawsuit against St. Louis County for COVID restrictions. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. 100 undocumented migrants have died trying to enter U.S. this year. Tatis tests positive for COVID-19, goes on baseball's injured list. SDUSD superintendent confirmed as U.S. Deputy Education Secretary. MLB tells Athletics to explore relocation if no new ballpark. Australian Navy finds 2 dead whales while berthing in San Diego. County ready to start COVID-19 vaccinations for ages 12-15 this week. San Diego County has sufficient water supplies as drought-gripped state. City leaders break ground on La Paz Mini Park. John Cox brings bear back to campaign trail in San Diego. Newsom proposes $12 billion to house state's homeless. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. NQ man cuts off GPS tracker before stealing iPhone. U.S. officials suspect Russia for directed energy attacks against. Where is the spy headed next? Options traders aren't so sure right now. Police spy admits women would not have agreed to sex if they knew his identity. Kiefer Sutherland to star in spy drama series for Paramount Plus from John Requa and Glenn Ficarra. Lawsuit, Aiken Airbnb hosts installed hidden camera in bedroom to secretly film female guests. Senate spy panel leader questions pulling U.S. Space Command from Colorado Springs. Have Elon Musk's Chinese fans fallen out of love with Tesla? 2023 Kia Sportage spy shots, next-gen crossover takes on more dynamic look. Swara Basker calls Israel apartheid state, gets brutally trolled. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. South Korea unveils design for future military transport aircraft. Cobb wins $7.1 million U.S. Navy contract for water-activated parachute release systems. U.S. Navy releases footage of incident in Strait of Hormuz with Iranian Navy forces. Kongsberg gets $499 M contract modification for cruise systems. Sale of Aegis combat system to Canada approved. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. China census results show 6-decade low in number of births. Q&A, Silicon Valley's China whisperer Connie Chan on her investment strategy. Death of Chinese high schooler ruled as suicide, leaving families skeptical and questions unanswered. Another report of reproductive oppression in Xinjiang. Hangzhou Safari Park hides leopard escape for weeks, citing fear of losing visitors. Zhu was first, the rise and fall in Chinese lore of Commander-in-Chief Zhu De. China's butterfly queen dominates Chinese swimming nationals. Video streamer IKI cancels a season finale over milk waste controversy. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, May 11, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. 2 California police officers fatally shot within 24 hours. Some Indian COVID patients developing sometimes fatal black fungus. Stockton police officer, another person killed in shooting. Red flag warning expires early. Second Bay Area county advances to yellow tier, what's allowed? A's president on stadium, Oakland is down to its last at-bats. How his daughter inspired him to design a swimwear line for trans girls. Rob Black's winners and losers, home prices surge most on record. Dozens of dead bodies found floating in India's Ganges River. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Younger adolescents get ready to receive COVID-19 vaccine. Faro, 3D systems rise, yum, Novavax fall. New Mundelein Park and Recreation District website. Illinois surpasses 10 million COVID-19 shots as daily vaccination tallies rebound. Stocks pull back on Wall Street as inflation concerns grow. Explainer, why are fears of high inflation getting worse? New challenge for Mundelein, finding tenant for top floor of Village Hall. Police release new image of Aurora boy missing since 2011. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. King County purchases hotel in Seattle's uptown neighborhood for supportive housing for homeless. Photos, Washington whale watchers report Grand Slam sightings of 4 species in one day. Seattle City Council member Kshama Saad to pay $3,500 in fines and Ethics Commission settlement. Expect longer wait times, Washington ferries to use smaller capacity vessels after boat fire. Wetter and warmer, NOAA charts new climate outlook for western Washington. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Andres 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 10 km, in Wallace and Futuna November 5, 2021, 9:21 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, May 11th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. Intelligence sharing in a complicated world, the future of Five Eyes. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Severe thunderstorm watch north of Houston until 9 p.m. YouTuber wanted by police for trespassing SpaceX launch site in Texas. Prosecutor plans to seek death penalty in Atlanta area spa shootings. Person found dead inside vehicle submerged in Pearland Pond. Israel, Hamas trade deadly fire as confrontation escalates. Man fatally shot in workplace parking lot in Pasadena. Governor Newsom announces plan to invest $12 billion to tackle the homeless crisis in California. Celebrating Asian American entrepreneurship across America. Judge dismisses NRA bankruptcy case in Blow 2 Gun Group. Video shows Harris Company deputy open fire on man with knife. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Biden and McConnell may be friends, but can they cut a deal? South Dakota pitcher's prosthetic arm found at recycler. Man killed 6, self at Colorado party after not being invited. Police, man who killed 3 had history of police interactions. Parnell announces candidacy for Pennsylvania Senate seat. Firms record spurs concerns about New Mexico utility merger. Ship speed limits sought to protect endangered whales in Gulf. Judge sets November for start of Ghislaine Maxwell's trial. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, we told you the Midtown Essence was coming. Met Museum agrees to be early voting site as city expands to 104 locations. Pandemic shakes up NYC middle school admissions and enrollment. 3 NYPD officers, including unabashedly racist cop, arrested in bribery scheme, feds. Why NY officials can mandate COVID vaccines for college students, public schools and staff, if they want to. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. All the Broadway shows opening this fall, and how to get tickets. How the mayoral candidates will make housing more affordable in NYC. Early edition, Kevin Smith would like to remind you that he invented Benifer. Macy's will spend $235 million to improve Herald Square, and bring new skyscraper to area. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. India under siege from COVID-19, the worst yet to come. Biogas in Argentina, turning an environmental problem into a solution. One Health approach key to tackling Africa's challenges. Islamic Social Financing Initiative aims to help economic recovery, pandemic response. Credible elections can help propel Iraq towards safe and prosperous future. UN chief, deadly school shooting in Russia, an act of senseless violence. Vaccine inequity posing significant risk to global economic recovery, UN report. UN chief gravely concerned as violence escalates in occupied Palestinian territory and Israel. Pakistanis in Italy, against all odds. Kenya's dryland farmers embrace regenerative farming to brave tough climate. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Bayer Monsanto fails, at first attempt, to block Mexico's phase-out of glyphosate and ban on GMO corn. Andrew Yang, key, champion of memes, math and murder. Chelsea Clinton calls for global crackdown on anti-vax social media posts. Millions of public transit touch-and-go smartphone users can be tracked by law enforcement. The Israel narrative is crumbling because of phone cameras and the internet. CDC risk of coronavirus transmission outdoors greatly exaggerated, bombshell report finds. May their progeny be erased, Israelis celebrate as fire rages near Al-Aqsa Mosque on Jerusalem Day. Unhinged leftist Betty Midler threatens to kill unvaccinated kids. Professor suspended after denying Canada is a racist county and criticizing BLM. Quid pro quo, sexual harassment investigators looking at whether governor's office traded vax access for political support. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Does highlight opal glow green when exposed to UV light? Is the internet trying to cancel Snow White? Preakness allows Medina spirit to enter with extra testing. Dracula's castle proves an ideal setting for COVID-19 jabs. Amid outcry, NBC says it will not air Golden Globes in 2022. Cop runs over his own spike strip after it falls out of trunk. Did Maryland billboard call Biden and Harris as heads? Did Jacques Attali encourage pandemic-driven euthanasia? Did Biden sign his name on IRS letter about stimulus checks? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Exploring the legality of COVID-19 vaccine mandates. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Monster serial killer gets life for murdering 7 vets at VA hospital. MSNBC host challenges ex-Israel ambassador on possible war crimes. Judge tosses NRA's attempt to relocate to Texas. Gas panic is America's latest spasm of pandemic hoarding. Students for Trump founder Ryan Fournier ratted out friend to feds. Local Oregon GOP invited Proud Boy security team to guard a secret meeting. Unabashedly racist NYPD cop boasted of terrorizing black people, feds. The most comfortable leggings I've tried are from Quinn's. Rich NYC mayoral candidates have no idea how much a house costs in Brooklyn. Wife, I snapped and killed estranged hubby's new girlfriend after she hit me. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Alejandra Tucker's USC coach compares Special Jets rookie to All-Pro. GOP rep, what was Kerry doing on taxpayer-funded world tour? What did Fauci fund in Wuhan and other commentary? Knicks want to hang on to unsung hero Reggie Bullock. Vegas the favorite to land Oakland Athletics if they relocate. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Ask Astro are the outer planets moving away from the sun? The Nebra sky disk, is the world's oldest star map really a map at all? Did life on Earth come from outer space? You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Pfizer vaccine could be available for ages 2 and up by fall. NOAA releases updated temperature and rainfall averages. Spacecraft carrying historic asteroid samples begins journey to Earth. Doctor discusses the likelihood of herd immunity in Biden's pandemic response. Space experts call China negligent for gambling with rocket re-entry. FDA authorizes Pfizer's COVID vaccine for adolescents. California governor expands drought emergency. Doctor cautions against lifting COVID-19 restrictions too quickly. FDA authorizes Pfizer vaccine for kids 12 to 15. Dr. John Lapik on what parents should know about children getting the Pfizer shot. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Time traveler reveals future map of the U.S. after devastating events, 2020 to 2025. First ever photos of Britain's biggest UFO sighting show huge orbs flying through woods with beam of light shooting out. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Gunman identified in Colorado Springs birthday party shooting, cops say he killed girlfriend and 5 others because he wasn't invited. Victoria's Secret set to become a publicly traded company. Eric Adams says his GOP past was a personal protest. Cuomo touts Javits expansion, says 12 to 15-year-olds could start getting Pfizer COVID shot by Thursday. The big lie is spreading like a cancer, Senate Dems move to advance sweeping voting rights bill. Former principal dancer at prestigious UK ballet company convicted of sexually abusing students. 1-month-old baby killed in dog attack in Connecticut. Teens giggle during robbery, assault of 80-year-old Asian man in California, video shows. De Blasio unveils massive expansion of NYC bus lanes, with Bike Boulevard in each borough. Dozens of bodies, believed to be victims of COVID-19, wash up on the banks of the Ganges River. The following headlines are from military.com. Pilot gets airmanship award for crash landing A-10 after gun malfunction. VA nursing aide Reda Mays gets 7 life sentences for killing veterans in her care. Watch the Navy and Coast Guard's risky encounter with Iranian speedboats. Rockets kill 2 Israelis, 28 die in Gaza as Israel hits Hamas. Army brass non-committal on push to remove COs from sexual assault prosecution decisions. Army wants 485K active duty soldiers, the force it had on 9/11. National Guard soldier finds bag of guns at US-Mexico border. Marine Rifle squads will test the Army's new high-power night vision goggle binoculars. Iran rejects U.S. claim that speedboats sparked encounter. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Teen driver expected to be charged after 62-year-old grandmother killed in Posen crash on Mother's Day, mayor says. Soldier field security guard shoots longtime acquaintance to death over guard's wife visiting with her ex-boyfriend, prosecutors say. No charges filed in shooting death of 12-year-old girl in Hazel Crest, a tragic accident, police say. COVID-19 vaccines did not impact placentas during pregnancy, according to Northwestern study. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, state passes 10 million COVID-19 vaccine doses administered, 1,562 new cases and 26 deaths reported Tuesday. Illinois Supreme Court weighs harshness of 19-year-old's life sentence. Study links short stays at Cook County Jail early in the pandemic to the spread of COVID-19 after inmates release into Black and Latino neighborhoods. Man stabbed to death in dispute over children playing too early in the day, prosecutors say. COVID-19 vaccines for kids 12 to 15 begin at Chicago city-run sites Thursday, no appointment needed. Chicago Archdiocese announces Catholic parish mergers for Northwest, Southwest sides. The following headlines are from phys.org. Could AI help recover energy and fresh water from municipal wastewater? Discovery of new geologic process calls for changes to plate tectonic cycle. Understanding SARS-CoV-2 proteins is key to improve therapeutic options for COVID-19. Low temperature crystallization of phase pure A4-mimidinium lead iodide enabled by study. World's fastest information-fueled engine designed by university researchers. Best practices to prevent the federal government from blowing its technology budget. Rules of the road, the navigational strategies of bacteria in motion. Sustaining technology-enhanced learning innovations in teachers' classroom practices. Space telescope's golden mirror wings open one last time on Earth. Space-based system can provide seismic monitoring for large earthquakes and tsunamis. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, May 11th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Grass seed dealer to pay $300K settlement over mislabeling. Judge sentences co-founder of Students for Trump to prison. CDC director encourages parents to get children vaccinated. Flyers drop from trendy East favorite to another lost season. DJ for rapper Jack Harlow charged in Louisville slaying. Sporting ends 19-year title drought in Portuguese League. Stars miss playoffs by following Cup final with 14 OT losses. Mining ban considered to protect bird species in U.S. West. Nevada's Bosetti homers in NCAA record 9th straight game. Ines scores twice as relief Southampton beats Palace 3-1. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. A's manager and Bay Area native Bob Melvin focuses on day-to-day rather than stadium crisis. Trump Jr. had affair years before wife turned to Secret Service agent, reports say. AAA makes prediction on Memorial Day weekend travel. Man arrested in Berkeley hate crimes. House GOP leader says he backs ousting Cheney from number 3 job. Judge dismisses NRA bid to file for bankruptcy. Weather Service lifts Bay Area red flag warning early. Sharks to start a rookie goalie, not Martin Jones, versus Golden Knights. Big Basin Redwood State Park to partially reopen Memorial Day weekend. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Asa Hutchinson, Republican governor of Arkansas, Donald Trump is dividing our party. Rahm Emanuel to be ambassador to Japan, report. Sean Parnell expected to run for Senate seat in Pennsylvania. Robert Aaron Long faces death penalty, hate crime charges in massage parlor shootings. NRA bankruptcy case dismissed by Judge Harlan Hale. Numbers undercut Biden administration claims on ghost guns. White House steers clear of Hill debate over Liz Cheney. Granholm warns there is no tolerance for price gouging as gasoline shortages roil East Coast. National Zoo visitors can book passes starting Friday. Biden faces tough budget moves, more action on COVID-19 in next 100 days, leaders say. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Divide over controversial UPS contract defines Teamsters presidential election. With a crowded progressive field, Wall Street's candidate gains steam in Manhattan race. This is not fine. Why video of an ultranationalist frenzy in Jerusalem is so unsettling. Fate Winslow, freed in December from a one-time life sentence for pot, has been murdered. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, May 11, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Moffitt researchers discover regulatory pathway that blocks immune response against cancer. Simulating sneezes and coughs to show how COVID-19 spreads. Meditative practice and spiritual well-being may preserve cognitive function in aging. Zebrafish brain shows that new neurons are formed in the brain in a coordinated manner. The level of satisfaction with life in Spain is marked by household financial capacity. Roads pose significant threat to bee movement and flower pollination, study shows. Adolescence is a window of opportunity for improving health literacy. Phenomenon explains why patients who survive sepsis die sooner after hospital discharge. Multiple factors influence family physicians' practice scope. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Medicare will start requiring nursing homes to report COVID vaccinations. Living with an addict during the pandemic. Man charged in fatal shooting West Garfield Park shooting. How updating an old Herbert Hoover law would offer new hope to undocumented immigrants. Chicago to take page from Copenhagen, by experimenting with raised bike lanes. Suburban man gets 27 years in prison for extorting child porn from teenage girl. Englewood man charged in fatal stabbing claims self-defense. Here's how you can help persuade vulnerable residents to get COVID-19 shots. Cubs put CF Jake Marisnick on the 10-day injured list with right hamstring strain. Bears to open 2021 season at Rams, report. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, May 11, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Mayor Turner unveils proposed 2022 city budget that he says he'll already be amending next week. Remembering Jim Henley, who showed what it means to make an impact. Abbott gets first real right-wing challenge as Patrick secures Trump's vote of confidence. Not getting vaccinated isn't freedom. Aaron Rodgers is stiff competition in Texans' Deshaun Watson trade market. Here's your chance to catch up on the Nick, Warrior and Banshee now on HBO Max. A Whole Day Ramble, the first annual Brooklyn Twang Festival. Houston Texans announce dates of 2021 off-season team activities. Hey Baby, tapping into Tiffany's particular brilliance. Young Sheldon co-star Doc Farrow came to Texas for the skydiving, and the stand-up too. The next headlines are about world records making news. Doberman in Collier County gives birth to 18 puppies, Wink News. Small-scale Da Vinci drawing expected to set new auction record this summer, Art News. States cases rise by 3,263 day after 2,296. Deaths increase 48 versus 52. WPTV.com. All the records that could be broken at tonight's Brit Awards. Guinness World Records. McCall outran legendary times at NCAA's, U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association. Little town of Greencastle to set big world record if it can gather 12,482 pairs of shoes. Echo Pilot. Chen Yarao, 45 kg, beats 2 world record standards at 2021 Chinese National Weightlifting Championships, bar bend. Hailsham charity aims to break Guinness World Record, Eastbourne Herald. $7.8 million Patek Philippe sets record for world time watch in blockbuster Philips Geneva auction, Forbes. Meet the man who pushed his quintuplets to a stroller marathon world record, Canadian Running Magazine. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Trump is a low ratings, computer blogging loser. Open Channel, which monster movie bug should inherit the earth? This guy designed an Android app that deletes all your phone's data when police try to crack it. This indoor garden will feed you greens year-round. Trump 2020 holdout stand in line for 7 hours to see world's biggest corn cob, Air, Mike Lindell. Matter is a new smart home standard to make Apple, Google, and Amazon devices work together. Utility-funded propaganda book for kids calls natural gas an invisible friend. Amazon sci-fi anthology solos Clonus Anthony Mackie and shoots Helen Mirren into space. Bose's FDA-cleared hearing aids are cool, but you should still be skeptical. 9 spooky boarding school movies worthy of a horror honor roll. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nadi in Fiji at 121.1 degrees Fahrenheit or 49.5 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 105.52 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 76.4 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. An Arthurian knight embarks on a daring quest in the Green Knight trailer. Rare fungal infections that destroy eyeballs and kill are on the rise in India. Ransomware crooks post cop psych evaluations after talks with DC police stall. NVIDIA's RTX 3050 brings ray tracing and DLSS to $800 laptops. GitHub reverses takedown of River-engineered GTA source code. Intel claims its new Tiger Lake H CPUs for laptops beat AMD's Ryzen 5000. Our fave gentleman thief is back for revenge in trailer for Lupin Part 2. Baltimore chief prosecutor asks FCC to stop negative news coverage about her. Apple's MagSafe wireless charger is on sale for a new low price today. After many delays, Massachusetts Vineyard Wind is finally approved. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Puerto Rico ex-Olympic boxer pleads not guilty in lover slaying. The GOP is only a big tent if you're Marjorie Taylor Greene or Matt Gaetz, CNN reporter. Republican defends Cheney by blasting his party for embracing lunacy over governing. Arizona GOP Governor Ducey waits just 1 hour to sign voter suppression bill that will purge 140,000 people from list. Nearly a fifth of Earth's surface transformed since 1960. Thoughts and prayers after NRA's humiliating defeat attempting to dodge responsibility for fraud case. If Democrats don't pass voting rights, they'll lose in 2022 and Biden will be impeached, Professor Jason Johnson. Nothing less than shocking, Wayne LaPierre and NRA smacked down by federal judge. Arkansas right-wing governor goes after Donald Trump for dividing us. Nicole Wallace, Trump is such a petty petulant brat, if the GOP doesn't worship him he'll take his voters and go home. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Judge says NRA isn't bankrupt and cannot move out of New York to avoid lawsuit. Hundreds of schools are using this air purifier to fight COVID. A lawsuit says it releases toxic chemicals. The right is very excited. An unelected monarch announced a new voter suppression policy. ICE allowed COVID-19 breakouts and concealed hospitalizations, a new report shows. Before Elise Stefanik became a Trump cult leader, she said he was misogynistic and soft on Putin. It's not just a pipeline. Ransomware attacks are proliferating across the country. FEMA offers cash to house local homeless, but cities aren't claiming it. This teachers' union leader told Fox News how to help get kids back to school. We have to stop the misinformation. The Biden administration just prohibited anti-LGBTQ healthcare discrimination. Let us know how you marked Mother's Day. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. NSF, NASA award funds Las Cruces professors research on how planets form, KRWG. Something went wrong, some astronomers feel left out of European roadmap, Science magazine. The definitive ranking of pop culture bugs, The Ringer. Bluff City Theater to present a live performance about the story of Vincent van Gogh, KHQA.com. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Global neuromorphic computing market booming segments, investors seeking growth. IBM, Samsung Electronics, Intel Corporation, HRL Laboratories, KSU The Sentinel Newspaper, KSU The Sentinel Newspaper. Mechanisms of a seven-necker on the cognitive function of mice. NSS, Dove Medical Press. Reduced synaptic plasticity contributes to resistance to ACT NDT, Dove Medical Press. New finding suggests cognitive problems caused by repeat mild head hits could be treated, Uric Alert. Aptinix appoints Joan W. Miller, MD to Board of Directors, Maryville Daily Times. This AI isn't just any artificial brain, it actually functions like the human brain, Siffy Wire. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, May 11, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. The origins of UFO secrecy. Operation Mainbrace UFOs. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, May 11, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.